Hello, today we have a 10-minute core and abs workout. It's perfect for beginners if you're short on time, or you can add this on before another class if you're wanting to activate and connect to the deep core. So we're going to start by coming to lay down on the back. Bring your feet in line with your hips, hands next to the side of your body. And just taking a moment finding alignment. And then we'll begin to curl the hips up and off the mat. Roll to the tips of the shoulder blades, hold there for a second. And then roll back down with control. We take an exhale on the way up and down. And an inhale at the top and bottom. The more you think of pulling your belly button towards your chest or lower back and curling your spine up and down the mat, the more you're going to feel that those deep abdominal muscles activate. Really find that pause at the shoulder blades. Press the shoulders into the ground as you try to curl your hips towards your chest. Let's go 2. And 1 more. We'll bring it all the way down, bringing the legs to tabletop, press into the front of the leg or the knee that you can see. Feet are together. We're going to press our hands and knees towards each other as you breathe out. So, and then just lightly release the pressure. Exhale, push your hands and knees in, and then release. Press your tailbone into the ground, so we don't want to lift our tailbone up like that. We want to press equally between our hands and knees. And then you're going to feel your rib cage and core muscles pull down. That's the feeling we're looking for. Relax the shoulders. Let's go 2 more. Feel your tummy muscles pull down. And 1. Now keep that connection of your rib cage and lower back to the mat. Lower 1 foot down, tap and lift, and then alternate. We want to feel that from our head to our hips is stable, so we're not sliding around on the mat, and we don't lift that spine. Inhale, tap, exhale, lift. Pressing into the knee at the top, feel that connection to the core. 1 more time. On each side. Good. Let's go double legs. So squeeze your feet together. You can open your knees a little bit if you need. Both feet tap down and exhale, lift. If your spine is lifting off the mat, bring your legs to tabletop a little sooner. Also, the closer your feet are to your body, the more supportive, and then reaching further out will be more challenging. 3 and 2. Lovely. 1 more. Bring it to tabletop. Close the knees. Open the arms to T. We're going to twist those knees across to the side of the body. Keep your opposite shoulder on the mat. And then come back in. Inhale to twist and exhale to center. Pulling your belly button in deeper and deeper, the further out you twist, will help you feel that deep core activation and control. 1 more time to each side. As you press your top knee across a little bit more, you're going to feel the oblique. Lovely. And last one. And center, stretch those arms up to the ceiling. Your palms are facing towards each other. And you're going to extend opposite arm and leg away from each other. And bring it in. The leg goes down towards the ground. The arm reaches overhead. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lift. Pause the movement as soon as you feel like your spine or rib cage is lifting off the ground. Or you may notice your head sliding on the mat. That's also a sign to pause and come back in. Let's go one more time on each side. And last one. And let's roll up the chest, grab onto the shins. You want to get to the tips of the shoulder blades and gaze through your legs. Inhale, stretch your arms and legs out. Pull it in. Inhale, stretch, exhale to close. Pull your belly button towards your chest to zip up or scoop up the core. Let's take arms overhead for more challenge. We've got 4, 3, keep the height of your chest, 2, 1 more, and then we bring the hands behind the head. Good, keep your tabletop in your legs, twist your chest, extend the opposite leg, and crisscross. Inhale, twist, exhale around. You want to keep your hips stable, so not rocking in the hips. Twisting at the waist from shoulder to shoulder. 2 more each side. Awesome, last one. Come back through center, grab behind the one knee, opposite leg goes down towards the mat, lift your chest a little higher and switch. Hamstring stretch. Quick inhale, exhale, grab the leg. And 3 more rounds. 2, lift up from that, bend back. 1, and bring it in, bend the knees. Oh, core, give yourself a little stretch and a release. Come over to side work. So we're going to be up on that forearm. The heels are in line with the tailbone and you're lifting up and out of the waist and shoulder. We're going to open that knee and then start to lift your hip away from the ground as high as you can go and then lower with control. So you're thinking of getting your bottom rib and hip towards each other. So hip comes up, rib goes down. The nice thing with having this knee lifted is it really helps you isolate into the waist versus if that knee is down, we tend to go into the shoulder. So by opening this hip, we're going to find that activation in the waist a little more. Really thinking of squeezing the heels and pressing into the front knee. Let's go 3 and 2. Drop the head a little more. 1 more, hold it there. Close your knee, extend your arm. We're going to bring hand and knee to tap and lower. The distance from the floor, we want to keep that the same. So we don't want to be dropping here at the hip or the shoulder. There's no sinking. We want to lift. Press down into the ground. Last 2. Good, and 1. Bring it down for a stretch. Ooh, got a little glute in there as well. Working all of those muscles in the side of the core. Over to the other side. Same setup on the forearm. Elbow in line with hip. Heels in line with tailbone. Come out of that shoulder. Let's take it up. And down. Be mindful of the head. You can gaze down at the forearm if you need, or the mat. If your gaze is forward towards me, just check that the head is not up here. You want to drop that ear down parallel to the mat. Can we think of squeezing the heels a little bit more and pressing into the front knee? Last 3 and 2. Hold it up on 1, close the knee, extend up through the arm, lift a little higher if you can, and then bring hand and knee to touch and lower with control. Press down into that bottom knee so that you can lift that hip up. Feel that waist stabilizing you. If you press into your elbow, you're going to feel this lat along the back of the body. Also very important for core. Last 2. And 1. Bring it in. Let's take a stretch. Find a release. We're going to come into 4-point kneeling. Finishing off here, so we got a couple more here. We're gonna have hands under shoulders, knees in line with hips, and press into your toes. The more you press into the toes and exhale, your knees will start to lift away from the mat, straight up, and then lower with control. Inhale down, exhale, lift. This is one of those exercises that I find can sneak out of the core very quickly. And how I see that happen is opening at the knees or lifting up the bum. We want to pull up from the tummy muscles. Press into the toes. Last 3. And 2. Hold it up on 1. We're going to take an upside down crunch. Curl your spine. And then straight flat back. Exhale, curl in the hips and lower abs. And then straighten the spine. Pressing into your toes. The more you press into the toes, the more you're going to feel your core. 3. Press your hips back a little more. 2. And 1. Good, lower the knees down, quick breather there. Reset, align your hands under your shoulders and knees under hips. Final one here, we're gonna float up the knees. Hold stable, step out, in, or out, in. Brilliant, choose the option that feels best for you. Always starting with the opposite leg. You want to think of balancing a cup in your mid-back, keeping your hips stable. Can we press into the pinky fingers, find more space in the chest, and more activation in the lats. One more time on each side. Curl that core a little more, 1 more. Everyone together, we step out. Hold it in your low plank or high plank. Lengthen through your head, press into your toes a little bit more, and then pull your belly button away from the ground or lift through that rib cage. Big exhale, zip it up. 2 more breaths. Lengthen through your head. And 1. Lower the knees down and press your hips back. Stretch your arms away, find a stretch. Let's take a little stretch there for the neck, little side to side, release. Let's bring it into a cat-cow, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, open the chest, deep breath in, feel that stretch. Round the spine, exhale, deep breath in. Working from your hips to your head each time. And just giving that heart rate a moment to come down. Lovely, let's come to a straight back. Let's stretch up through one arm. Twist under, keep it there. Deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Even in 10 minutes, we can get that heart rate up. Other side, reach it up. Take a stretch under. Drop into it, maybe press your hips back. In through the nose, nice long exhale out of the mouth. Bring it through center, drop your hips to your heels one last time, and then we'll roll up through the spine. Reach up and find a neutral breath. Lovely. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick core and ab session. Hopefully you felt that deep connection to your core. If you are a beginner or more experienced, please let me know how this felt for you in the comments, and if you have any questions, you can also share it in the comments. If this is all for you today, thank you so much for joining me and making time for your movement. And if you'd like to add on to this class, I will add one here for you to try, or you can check out the channel and choose what feels good for you. Have an amazing day, and I will see you in our next session.